Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I'm Ann Harrison, the Dean at the Haas School of Business. Welcome to today's Dean Speaker Series. We are joined today by Sadhguru, founder of the Isha Foundation, yogi, mystic, and visionary. Named one of India's 50 most influential people, Sadhguru's work has touched the lives of millions worldwide through his transformational programs. He has been an influential voice at major global forums, speaking on socioeconomic development, leadership, and spirituality. Through the Isha Foundation, he has created a worldwide movement dedicated to addressing all aspects of human well-being. Sadhguru has also initiated several projects for social revitalization, education, and the environment, truly influencing others to go beyond yourself. Also joining us is Erica Peng, lecturer and career coach here at Haas, who will be leading today's conversation. Her course, Interpersonal Skills and Embodied Leadership, was highlighted in Poets and Quants as one of the best classes for 2018 MBA graduates. She's also an executive coach working to support individuals and teams to break free from unconscious limiting beliefs and behaviors in order to manifest potential. It was through Erica's suggestion, which we will hear more about in a moment, that Sadhguru was brought here today. So thank you, Erica. Without further ado, please join me in welcoming Sadhguru and Erica Peng.
Thank you, Anne. Getting to this moment has taken between a year and a half and 2 years. So being able to stand here and look out at all of you and your beautiful faces, to be here together, I'm thrilled. I am beyond thrilled. And Sadhguru, so honored that you are with us. One of the many things I appreciate about Sadhguru is he's really funny, and he tells a lot of stories. Some of them are so funny I don't even quite get them. They're good stories. So in that spirit, I wanted to share a short story before I invite him up here, because it will give you a window into some of the events that needed to transpire in order to get Sadhguru here today. And I wanted to acknowledge a significant person who played a role in that. And that person is Susan Purcell. She's here today. She's my neighbor. And she's a long-time volunteer of Sadhguru's organization. So the other funny thing is when I meet people who know Sadhguru, it's like we always have to exchange our Sadhguru stories. Like, how did you meet Sadhguru? Like, how did you find out about him? So this is my version of that story. So I started teaching 3 years ago, and the first 2 years, I was kind of in startup mode. I had taken on teaching 4 classes in the first year, which is insane. And I was iterating my design while I was teaching. The class was doubling. I was just stretched beyond capacity. And Susan was like a mom to me. She was a lifesaver. She lives down the street, and she would cook for me. She would bring me groceries. She would help me in my garden. She took care of my cat. And in my moments, my beloved cat, Daniel. And in my moments of stress and overwhelm, Susan was also a shoulder that I could cry on. And she would always keep encouraging me and affirm that the work that I'm doing is so important. In one of those moments, Susan suggested that I explore this daily practice that she'd learned from Sadhguru. And it was only 20, 30 minutes, and she thought it would really help me given I was so busy and so stressed out. So my first thought was, well, I have a daily practice that I love, and in fact, I teach about it in my class. My second thought was, Sadhguru. I'd heard her talk about him, and I'd taken care of her cat for 3 months when she was at Sadhguru's center in India. And I thought, wow, another Indian guru. Like, there's so many. And I am so busy, I can barely keep my life together. I don't have time to do my due diligence for a guru. How do you even do that? And she told me, well, but he's coming to LA and he's going to do a training. He's going to be there in person. And that's so rare because he's so busy. And I'm going to be there. I'm going to drive down to volunteer. So, will you come with me? And I thought, I just can't. I can't afford to take 3 or 4 days to go invest my time in this practice with this guy. So I thanked her. And fast forward, January 31st, 2018, I got an email from Jay Stowski. Many of you know him. He's a senior assistant dean of instruction. He's my boss. And the email had a link to a talk that Sadhguru gave at Wharton. And Jay had sent this email to myself and maybe a handful of other people who are involved with leadership here at Haas. And he was asking us, have you heard of Sadhguru? And is he someone that we should invite to have speak at Haas? And I was stunned. I was like, why am I getting an email from Jay about Sadhguru? Who is Sadhguru? What is he doing at Wharton? So whatever I was doing in that moment, I stopped and I thought, I need to watch this. I need to click on this link. And I was surprised and I was impressed by Sadhguru's eloquence. And more than that, he was saying a lot of things that I say to my students. And I thought, oh, wow, this guy's kind of legit. Okay, I relate to him. And I immediately then started clicking on some other YouTube videos, and I started doing my Google search that I had never really done, even though Susan had told me about him. So before I go on, I want to, for those of you who aren't so familiar with Sadhguru, I want to show a short video that will give you a sampling of what I discovered in my Google search that day, my 2 hours on the computer, trying to figure out who is this guy Sadhguru and what is he doing in the world.
In the next half hour, you're going to meet a man who has a devoted following across India and indeed around the world. Yoga and meditation are at the core of his teachings to promote individual growth. The work of the foundation covers conservation, education and health.
Action for Rural Rejuvenation is mainly aimed at rejuvenating the human spirit. This is an incredible movement that is started in Tamil Nadu, but the important thing is to bring the spirit of sport and revitalizing rural societies.
We started a mass campaign and 6 years I spent planting trees in people's heads. And now in the last 6 years we've been transplanting it, and that's happening much more easily.
From the age of 6, they're starting on computers, English language, because this is designed to get them out of a social and economic pit which they're trapped in. The Leadership Academy, we are looking at creating leadership programs for every kind of person. We've engineered the outside world in so many ways, but we've done nothing about this one. If you want to know well-being, in is the only way out. See, the only thing that I'm really good at is just this. I can just make the air around me just crackle with energy. Adiyogi is the source of yoga, the first yogi.
One truly remarkable thing that Sadhguru has done is, he has made yogis out of ordinary common people.
We're tracking a mammoth movement, an incredible rally starting from Kanyakumari, reaching up to the Himalayas, all in a month with the sole purpose of rejuvenating India's rivers.
We are launching a campaign called Youth and Truth in the month of September. This precious life, where are you going to invest it? What is it that will be worthwhile today and worthwhile after 50 years? You invest your life in that, this will be a life of fulfillment.
He has a different swag. He's kind of Buddha.
to us. Sadhguru has become this new friend of youth.
President felicitating his Sadhguru for all his spiritual contribution.
So that is when I decided to go to the April training. I took 4 days off and I drove down to LA. It has become my daily practice. I knew we needed to get you here, and it's taken almost 2 years, but please help me welcome Sadhguru to Berkeley Haas.
Cross my legs in house.
Please.
Because my brains won't work otherwise.
Whatever makes you comfortable. We could go on the floor if you want.